Coming up on the news, 2 people dead after a fiery crash on the M1. A new tug prepares for the Port Kembla gas terminal, and the tradie with her eyes on the Miss World title.
Across the Illawarra, South Coast and Southern Highlands, this is Win News.
Tonight, 2 dead in a fiery crash on the M1 at West Wollongong. Anger over Wollongong's exclusion from a New South Wales seniors travel card. And a tug for the future arrives at Port Kembla. Good evening, I'm Geoff Phillips. Also coming up tonight, top-class performance and sporting facilities open at Bowrall's Chevalier College. It's been a terrible day on our roads. 2 people have died in an horrific and fiery crash involving multiple vehicles on the M1 at West Wollongong. Reporter Jared Constable is on scene near the Fig Tree exit. Jared, a dreadful crash.
Geoff, this has been a devastating incident which has occurred at one of the region's pinch points as far as roads go. While details at this point are scarce, what we do know is that 8 cars were involved in an accident and sadly 2 people have died. Police are now beginning their preliminary investigations to find out what has occurred. Geoff?
Jared, what's happening there now?
Northbound traffic is slowly edging through using 2 lanes, Geoff. However, all 3 southbound lanes nearing the Fig Tree exit of the M1 remain closed to traffic as investigations do continue. Power has been cut off to the area, and while we don't know a lot of information about the events that led to the incident, we do know that police have briefed media a short time ago, and this is what Detective Superintendent Chris Craner had to say.
I believe there's up to about 8 cars involved in some sort of motor vehicle accident. As a result, tragically, we believe 2 people are incinerated in a motor vehicle that has been caught between 2 trucks. We don't have the head counts. We have a number of people back at the police station. We've taken a number of people up to the hospital to blood and urine samples. Standard procedures are in place at the moment for this.
The impact was intense. It's actually ruptured the fuel tank on the car, and that's probably the ignition source.
Geoff, a truly devastating accident which has occurred as children left nearby schools. Fire tears through a truck cabin, fierce flames destroying everything they touch. Jared Constable, Win News.
The Berejiklian government has come under fire after it was revealed seniors north of Wollongong's Windang Bridge won't be able to access the government's senior travel card. Wollongong MP Paul Scully is labelling it mean-spirited and penny-pinching and is calling on the government to reconsider what it classifies as regional.
It was a promise which came out during the state election, $250 a year for seniors to spend on fuel, taxis or New South Wales Trainlink services. Defending the government's position, Minister for Regional Roads and Transport Paul Toole says the card aims to benefit rural and regional seniors who have to travel further and have fewer options than those in the cities. The card's set to be rolled out next year. Sarah Bannerman, Win News.
The family of an elderly man killed in a crash at Wilton have spoken of their pain as the woman charged with dangerous driving occasioning death awaits sentencing. A jury found Narelle Abbott guilty of the charge. However, she maintains she has no recollection of the collision.
It's been more than 3 years and Narelle Abbott maintains she doesn't have any memory of the fatal crash that killed a much-loved husband, father and grandfather. However, the presiding judge today concluded that Ms Abbott may never accept she was on the wrong side of the road. Samara Gardner, Win News.
Port Kembla Harbour has a new tug and Win News has been given exclusive access on board as it was put through its final workup ahead of deployment. While grain and cars make the bulk of the inbound cargo, the Svitzer Ruby has been delivered ahead of the floating gas import terminal.
A morning spent circling Port Kembla's pulsating industrial heart, testing powerful new jets.
Basically equates to filling up your backyard pool in about a minute.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's a lot of water.
Still to come on Win News, support for a program to get young people and those with disabilities into work. And from tradie to Miss World. An Illawarra program which helps young people get job-ready skills has received funding for another year. New investments will help the Youth Employment Strategy, or YES program, continue to train the region's young people.
Two birds with one stone. The YES program addresses youth unemployment and the increasing need for disability support.
7 far South Coast businesses pitched their ideas to a panel of industry experts last night at the Bega Valley Innovation Hub Pitch Final. The program, supported by the University of Wollongong and its iAccelerate initiative, sees businesses partner with mentors to develop their finance, networking and marketing skills.
Technology enables, not disables people. It can open new doors and even new worlds. For a person with a disability, technology can be life-changing.
Each business has the opportunity to apply for funding from iAccelerate to grow their plans. A Wollongong tradie could be crowned the next Miss World Australia. Tiano Bandalo entered the competition 6 weeks ago as a wild card, but she is proving one to watch out for, raising more than $20,000 for charity in that time.
Breaking the norm, Tiana Bandalo is a carpenter and on track to get her building licence. But she's not stopping there.
Friday Sport now with Corey. Dapto out to continue. It's Illawarra Rugby League resurgence.
Geoff, the Canaries clash with Corrimal tomorrow could have a big bearing on the top 4. And Huros heads Reece Kennedy settles into life for the Brisbane Broncos.
This report brought to you by Moto City, your one-stop motorcycle shop.
Few teams have troubled the Wollongong Wolves this NPL season, but tomorrow night the ladder leaders face their bogey team. The Wolves travel to Mount Druitt to face the Rangers, the team that eliminated them from the FFA Cup and held them to a 1-1 draw at Wynn Stadium earlier this season. The Illawarra Stingrays will put 4th spot on the line in the Women's NPL on the road against Blacktown City, and a big local derby in the IPL as Bulli host Tarrawanna at Balls Paddock. Chiros heads Reece Kennedy is out to prove to Brisbane coach Anthony Seibold that he belongs in the NRL. On the fringe at South, the front row forward was offloaded to the Broncos this week, just before the June 30 deadline. From Redfern to Red Hill.
I've had a look around and I'm enjoying the club so far.
Staying with League and Dapto will look to continue its Illawarra Rugby League resurgence tomorrow afternoon. A trip north to Corrimal awaits the Canaries as the race for the top 4 really heats up. Dapto hadn't won a game all year, so suffice to say the Illawarra Rugby League competition was left stunned when the Canaries turned up to Sid Parish Park and delivered West their first loss of the season a fortnight ago. Elsewhere, the Eagles take on Collies and West travels to the Berg. A top 2 clash between Jamberoo and Gerringong in Group 7 tomorrow. Mittagong will look to keep its Group 6 finals hopes alive, taking on Oakdale, and Bega and Eden clash in Group 16's Match of the Round. Corey Hammond, WIN News. To hockey, and Gerringong's Grace Stewart and Ulladulla's Kalindi Cumberford will get a shot at Pro League glory after the Hockey Roos won a heart-stopping semi-final against Argentina in a penalty shootout.
Tell you, she could be in trouble here.
And Geoff, that's all she wrote for sport.
Corey, thanks for that. Chris is here with the weather. How's the weekend looking?
Well, Geoff, we should have a couple of lovely sunny days. However, there is a slight chance of a shower on Saturday night in some parts. But we'll check the details next.
This report brought to you by Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance super deals. Ends this weekend, in-store and online.
Welcome back. Minimum and maximum temperatures were generally warmer than average with the development of a warm northerly airstream across the state. Now tonight's weather photo is from Angela. Werry Beach Rock Pool has a mirror finish on this still day. It's a great snap for our Friday weather pick. Angela, thank you very much. If you've taken a weather photo and you'd like to see it on the screen, send it through to us. The address is weather@wintv.com.au. Let's check some details now from today. We have areas of morning fog, mostly about the highlands, but it was a sunny afternoon for us. 11 degrees the low for Bulla and leaping into the high teens this morning. Some very strong winds around Bowral, gusting to 50 kilometres an hour today, but cooler in now at just a chilly 7 degrees for the early risers. Further south in Merimbula, the temperature hovered around the mid-teens for most of the day, climbed a little higher to 20 as well in Eden. On the satellite image, a high pressure system near New Zealand extends a ridge to central parts of the New South Wales coast, resulting in mostly stable weather for the region. Now on the synoptic chart, a cold front moving across SA will sweep through the state during the weekend, bringing widespread rainfall and possible thunderstorms to the southern inland on Saturday. Now, if you have plans out on the water tomorrow, it should be a mostly sunny day and a strong wind warning is in place, so please take extra care. To the forecast for the Illawarra and Southern Highlands. Morning fog, then a sunny day with a slight chance of a shower in the evening. Albion Park will see 21 degrees, Finara 21 as well. Touch cooler there in Ulladulla, 19 the top. Having a look at the south coast, a sunny day with a slight chance of a shower as well, and winds will be a little breezy for Batemans Bay, 21 and 21 for Bega. Now for Wollongong, a sunny day tomorrow, 19 degrees will be the top, and in the days ahead, Sunday will be very windy, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Monday's looking mostly sunny, we have some areas of morning frost inland, and then on Tuesday, a partly cloudy day with some light winds. That's all for weather this week. Geoff, have a great weekend.
You too, my friend, and that is Win News for Friday the 28th of June. To view some of our reports, visit the Win News Illawarra Facebook page. I'm Geoff Phillips. Have a safe, enjoyable weekend. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.